Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Kelly Pally. Are you guys ready for some more ridiculous villains? I know I am. Let's get right into it. In at number 10 is Calendar Man. So starting off our list is one that you actually may have heard of, likely because of his appearance in 1996's The Long Halloween. But prior to that, he was straight up a goofball novelty character. He commits crimes based on certain days of the year, which, if you think about it, makes him exceptionally predictable. Although upon his second attempt to stir up some trouble in Gotham, he comes prepared with various holiday-themed costumes and even a well-thought-out plan for crimes to commit based on each day of the week. While Calendar Man has seemingly disappeared from the comics these days, he still pops up in side missions during the Batman Arkham game franchise, specifically Asylum in Arkham City. In at number 9, we've got something everyone hates, Bad Karaoke, and in the form of DC villain Johnny Karaoke. This is a more recent one, appearing for the first time in 2007, and he only appears in 2 issues because he's immediately killed off by Russian gangsters. So aside from being a nuisance and engaging with the mafia, Johnny Karaoke doesn't actually really do much, aside from sing karaoke and carry around a cane that's topped with a skull but is actually a sword in disguise. Oh, and he's also a self-proclaimed gangster who leads what he refers to as the Geisha Girls, which are really just glorified backup singers. How sinister. And at number 8 is the Joker's daughter. Alright, this one caused quite a stir online with her reveal in the New 52 era, making her first appearance in Catwoman number 23. This character had so much potential but pretty much just fell flat. When Scott Snyder was on his run of Batman during the New 52, there was a whole plot line that consisted of the Joker cutting off his face. The fleshy remains were confiscated briefly but eventually went missing. And while many hoped that the announcement that a woman who was the Joker's daughter would cause some significant waves in Gotham, it turned out just to be a woman who found the Joker's discarded face and decided to wear it as a mask. Kinda disappointing. And at number 7 we've got Onomatopoeia. Here we have a serial killer who has a very unfortunate name. For those of you who don't know what onomatopoeia is, it's the formation of a word from a sound associated with what its name is, like pow, or sizzle, or thud, which is basically what this villain does. He only speaks in onomatopoeias. Now, he may actually be the coolest villain on this list, mainly because he kills superheroes who don't have any superpowers. Plus, he was created by Kevin Smith, and his outfit isn't that bad either. You only get one cool one on this list. Number 6. Polka-Dot Man. Aside from looking like a giant walking talking twister board, Polka-Dot Man is a villain from the DC universe that never really came off as that sinister. Probably because he looked like this. He's one of those weird, egocentric, practically harmless villains of the Silver Age that Batman would occasionally have to fend off. Polka-Dot Man uses the dots on his suit as weapons. This includes a flying buzzsaw dot and fist dots, which are basically just fist projectiles. But they also second as a teleportation device, or as he called them, hole dots. So I'm just gonna ignore the logic behind this one and just assume that all of the dots on his suit are just magical. And at number 5, we've got Dr. Freak. What would this list be without some more drugs in the mix? But this time, it's not cocaine or marijuana. Oh no. It's LSD. Meet Dr. Freak. He's a former Vietnam soldier who created a super powerful version of LSD called DCS-2000 that he uses on his victims. His favorite pastimes include bathing in the blood of those he's murdered and calling himself a hippie. Unlike our other drug villains that have made previous lists, Dr. Freak isn't a product of a generation obsessed with the war on drugs. He was created by Garth Ennis in 1997, first appearing in Batman Legends of the Dark Knight number 91. At number 4, we've got Giganta. Who better to fight off Wonder Woman than a large ape who is transformed into a super hot woman? For whatever reason, Giganta just keeps coming back. She has appearances and new origin stories in the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and even makes an appearance in the Justice League animated show. In some of these reincarnations, she's just a giant woman, and other times she's above average in terms of size. But as the original origin story goes, she transforms from a giant ape into a giant woman and terrorizes Wonder Woman. Fun stuff. Number 3. The Millionaires Club. So this one might not be seen as a traditional villain or villainous group, but it's too good to pass up on this list. So in Wonder Woman number 90, our heroine decides to do some charity work for a group called the Millionaire Club. Except these guys are assholes, and the charity work that they request of her is kind of weird. Specifically, it's babysitting a sperm whale and a dinosaur and an elephant, which makes for some really great out of context panels. And she does it all for $1 million to donate to charity. But it's fine because she just spends the whole issue walking around commenting on how cute all of these potentially deadly animals are. Sexism, the true villain. Take a look at these panels though, they're actually pretty ridiculous. At number 2, we've got BAT-HOMBRE. BAT-HOMBRE first appeared in Batman number 56 in 1949, and was supposed to be the Batman of South America. Turned out he was actually working for a crime cartel. I mean, come on guys, that mustache just screams suspicious. Which is heartbreaking because Batman personally trains him and spends days prepping him as a superhero, teaching him all about all the different gadgets. He gets him a bat horse. He and Robin find a Batcave for BAT-HOMBRE to operate out of, and they literally spend the whole story just going out of their way to make BAT-HOMBRE feel like he's ready to take on the cowl, and then he screws them over. And finally, at number 1, Dr. Psycho. Well, here we have a telepathic, misogynistic dwarf. Literally. This guy was a medical student who was cheated on by his fiancée with another man. One of the captions that appears in one of the panels of him in a prison cell actually reads, "Through long bitter years in a prison cell, Psycho's soul seized with hot hatred for humankind, especially women." Yep. That is a direct quote. After he breaks out of prison, he goes on to force the man who slept with his fiancée to swallow something called radium, which literally destroys the insides of his stomach, and then he kidnaps his fiancée and hypnotizes her because death is too good for you. Another direct quote. And what does he do once he's hypnotized her? He forces her to marry him, because that is worse than death. He also tries to con the US military by impersonating George Washington in another issue. Wonder Woman gets the weirdest villains, you guys. So there you guys have it. Part 4 of our supervillains you didn't know existed. And trust me, there's so many more if you guys really want another part of this list. Make sure you guys give us a shout in the comments below, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. But for now, I've been Kelly Pally with Top 10 Nerd, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.